Hi guys, and welcome to the second lesson in this about the Lego Man. So in today's lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to look at modelling the head and also the torso. So a quick spin around, we can see the parts. You've already completed the legs and the midsection, so now we're going to move on to these two parts here. So the first thing you have to do is you're going to have to find your drawing. So as you know, Tinkercad does save your files automatically. So just go into the one you created for the first lesson and then click Tinker this. Then the file will open and then we can just see it in 3D. Now, we don't want this live or visible when we are working because it'll just get in the way. So what we're going to do is just going to highlight it all. Okay. Just group it for the time being. And then what we'll do is we'll just click hide. And then that hides that from our work area. So now we've got a nice clean work area. Don't worry, it hasn't gone for good. We can just click the light bulb again and then it reappears. And same as before, we can click that. Now, just a quick one, so I'm on the screen here. If you go to colours, if you want this to be multicolours, you can click this, and that means then it's still grouped, but it's different colours now, which is quite nice. So I'm just going to hide it. So we're going to create the main part of the torso. So to do that, we're going to get bring the box in, and the dimensions you'll need for this are going to be, check it out here. So the wider area here, so I click that one, needs to be 58.5. Enter, and then the narrow end here needs to be 30, and press enter. Height of it needs to be 60, so again just click this little arrow up as you know and then type in 60 like that. Now from the first image we could see we had some slanted edges for part of the torso. You will be familiar with Lego men, you know they have got slanted bodies to them. So to do that we need to create two more rectangles and then cut that away from that section there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring the box in again. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the color so I can just see the difference between the two objects. And the dimensions for this box are going to be on the wider end here. So bring that out. The wider end here, you're going to be 40. And then the narrower part, you want to be 20. Enter. And this time we're going to go for a height of 60. So pull it up or just type into there, 60. So now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to align these in the right place. So I'm going to just click the left view and remember if it's like that, just click that so it changes. Click your objects, arrow keys to push them across. So I'm going to get it in line there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just spin from a different view, maybe the top view this time, to see from the top. I'm going to use the up arrow like that to put in the right place. And to be really accurate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to click the Align tool, view from the top, and click this middle section button here. And then that means that center line runs through both these objects here. Then what I'm going to do, I need to have two of these. So because I need two of them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it and bring it across. So I'm going to click that, just look to the left view and press the duplicate button, hold down the shift key and then just click and drag your object across. So touch it like that. And that looks about right. Now I have noticed that I have made a mistake with the torso. I said a height of 60, actually should be a height of 50. So apologies for that, I'll just change that quickly. So that's 50 and then that looks about right now, like so. What we're going to do now is we need to look from the front. Okay, and again I can just see that is not quite right. Now that's perfect. I'm going to click that and I'm going to rotate this so it's at an angle. And I'm going to click it and I'll rotate it to 7 degrees. So 7 degrees, you can actually type in there 7 degrees. And that one as well. So the other one's -7, this one is 7. So let's go to 7, click there, type 7, press enter. And there I've got my 2 angles. Now what I need to do now is I'm going to turn these to holes or the sketch it, the sort of shaded type of shape. And then I'm just going to get my arrow key and I'm just going to push it across just so this area here, is touching like that. And again, I can see here, just on that one, and I'm looking for that area just to be the corner, just touching like that. So it's there, a little bit of overhang, and that one, let's have a quick look, out there. So that should be correct. Then what we're going to do is just have a quick look at 3D. Everything looks right, happy with that. So all that's left now to do is just to remove those 2 objects. Quite easy to do, just highlight it all. You should be familiar with this by now, and then click that. And there we have the shapefile torso. So the next part is we need to put the neck onto the torso. So the neck, again, is just a case of bringing a cylinder across. And the dimensions you need for this is 20, and then 20, and then the height is going to be 23. So again, we can just type into there 23, press enter, like so. And we need to bring the neck onto here. So again, look from the front. Let's get it aligned in the right place as well. So let's bring it across. Using that front view. Okay, you can see from the left, again, we're not quite right yet. So let's pull it up. So just on the top, looking for that line across there. And then let's use the arrow key to move it into the right place. And then just look from the top view. You can see that we're just not quite centered. So what you can do here again is use that align tool, which proves to be really useful in these situations. Click that one and click that one, and there we go. It's aligned that way and it's aligned that way. Nice. So that's that completed and done. What we can do there is we can highlight it all, click the color, make sure multicolor is selected. That will keep the colors when we're grouping, and then we'll group together. Okay, and that now is one piece. So the next thing we'll do is we're going to then move on to the head. So what you can do is just, if you want to hide that, you can click hide, and then you can have a nice clean workspace to work on the head. So the head, again, we're going to have to bring across a cylinder. So the cylinder dimensions for this one are going to be 41 by 41. and then the height is going to be 20. So up to 20, let's just click 20 on there, like that, and hit enter. So that's part of the head. We just need to now raise it up a little bit, and the distance we want to raise it up from the floor is going to be 20. So click there and click your 20, enter. So now we need to add two more parts onto the head, sort of like half circles here to create like a curve, top and bottom. So if you just scroll down your shapes tool and looking for the half sphere, so just drag and bring that onto the area. And again, the dimensions for this are going to be similar to what the head was. So just do that. Just going to see a better view. I'm going to click that. I'm going to type in, say, do it that way, 41 and 41, like so. And the height, I want it to be 7.5, like so. That's the dome part that's going to be fit on top of here. So now, again, we want to get this on top of here. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to move it up with the cone. So I touch him. Then I'm going to use my left arrow key to go across. So I'm going to look from the top and see where we are. Okay, so we're still not quite right. And then I'm going to make that orange circle disappear by laying that on the top. And I know that is in the right place. Okay. Now I need two of these. One for the underside as well, go into here. So rather than do the process and draw it all again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press the duplicate key, and then I'm going to spin that round. Okay, if I hold down the shift key, it will keep it nice and straight for me. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull that down. So there we go. That will be in the right place as well because the one above was in the right place. So like that. Making sure it's touching. And what we'll do is a quick round. Oh, it's not in the right place. Okay, so it's a little bit off there. So just a quick move across and just have a quick spin. That's why it's always important to check your model afterwards because, as you saw there, I assumed it was in the right place and evidently it wasn't in the right place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to join those together. Quite simply like that. I'm going to change the colour to yellow because the Lego man's head is yellow. I'm going to click join. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round that up to 36, like so. Okay, and that's the head part there. But that's not finished yet because we've got some sections we need to do. I'm just checking that. I can see there that isn't quite joined. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click that. I'm going to ungroup it, going to look from the front. I'm just going to get that and just nudge it up a little bit. So I'm actually touching there. And then I'm going to do the same with that one, just maybe just touch it down a little bit as well. So just going to do that. And then just bring it down just a little bit. And then I'm just going to repeat the process again, just to join it. Okay, that looks better. Oh, no, it doesn't. I think because I keep moving things by accident when I'm moving things around. Okay, that is better. So shows you there the importance again of always checking your model from different views. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create the neck and that Lego man top part that you can put hats on and things like that. So we need to now drag another cylinder. So let's get the cylinder, bring it out. Okay, the sizes for this part are going to be 20 and then 20. Okay, and then the height of 8. And I want to now also create another cylinder because I'm going to put a hole in this one. So easy way to do that is I'm just going to get that, duplicate it, move it across. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click that and I'm going to change these dimensions. So let's zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. So I want that to be 13, that to be 13, and also I want the height to be 15. So, and what I'm going to do there is I'm going to duplicate that one again because that will be useful for the top one, and I'm also going to duplicate that one because that will be useful for the other one as well, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to use these two to begin with. Click that one, I'm going to turn it into a hole, and I'm going to look from the front view, and again we're going through the process of aligning that becomes so common in this CAD software that you will become really good at it by the time you finished this task of the Lego man. Again, like that, and again we can use the line tool to help us. So click, click, like that, and that is aligned perfectly. Let's look at the view there. Let's move it down through so I can see it cuts straight through that area there. And then again, it's just a case of doing what we've done before, selecting it and then removing it. Okay, so that's one part done. Now we need to change the dimensions of this second part we've created. So this one is a bit bigger this time. It's going to be 27 by 27, like so. And we're going to again create a hole in this one. Okay, and that hole again is going to be slightly bigger. So that's why I duplicated those parts before, just to save a bit of time, so I'm not redrawing things over and over again. Okay, that one's going to be 19 by 19. And let's go for a height of, let's say 14 on that one. And all we're going to do again is same sort of process. Line it up one way, look from the top, like so, and then use your arrow key to bring it into there. Use the align tool, select both of them. I want to align through that way. It's already aligned through it. When it's grayed out like that, it means it's already aligned in that view. Click that. Don't forget to click that, like so, and then we're going to look from the left. And this time, just use the cone just to bring it a little bit lower. Okay, and here we go. We are going to now select both those two things and take them away. Okay, so now we've got our parts. So the final task is going to be to put this little area, this little feature on top of here, and this little feature on the bottom. So again, roughly get it in the right place. So that needs to go up. So I'm going to pull that up. Okay, let's pull it up. Again, roughly get it in the right place. It's where you think it might need to be. The view, left, oh, not the bottom. Okay, the right, there we go. So this is that view I want to look at. Again, let's just bring it where we think. Like so. Okay, like that. And we're going to use our align tool. So let's highlight it all. Let's align. So through the center. Okay, that is in the right place. Just by clicking those two and those two. Don't click these because these are different things. And turn that off. And then it's just a case then of changing the view and just using the arrow key just to move it up. Not the arrow key, sorry. The cone tool to move it up until it goes inside there. Same with that as well, to make it look like a Lego man's head. Just quick check around and spin. Okay, what happened there is I'm going to go back a few steps because I made a mistake. So let's just do that. I know when that happened. That's when I didn't use that to move it up. I used arrow key, which changed the position, and then that one as well. And then we'll just have a quick check. There we go, looking good. So now we're going to group it all like that. Looks like the Lego man's head. And the last little thing we're going to do now is just make sure the dimension, the height of the whole thing, so we click this, is 46. Okay, and what we can do now is, that's all one piece, we can unhide everything. So let's just move things around so you can see everything what we've created so far. So there is the torso, that's that done. There's the legs and the midsection done, and that is the head section done. Okay, so next lesson we'll be looking at doing the arms for the Lego man.